I am Ric Orlando. 3 beautiful cranberry sauces we have here. Hey, I'm Ric Orlando. Welcome to the Thanksgiving episodes of Feel Good's Kitchen. We're going to be making some great stuff using all these amazing ingredients I have here. I've got cranberries and vinegar and butter and apples and apple cider vinegar, maple syrup, all that are delivered through Feel Goods. That's feel-goods.com. Go to their website, get your holiday orders in. They'll deliver to your door or to a pickup spot in your community. We love Feel Goods. I'm going to cook 3 different cranberry sauces for you because you don't want to buy that can of cranberry sauce. I mean, I know it's got nostalgia, but a lot of things have nostalgia and we outgrow them. So let me show you how to make cranberry sauce 3 ways, okay? So I'm going to start out with a little pan. And the first thing I'm going to start is a fancier cranberry sauce, okay? This is a cranberry and pearl onion compote with balsamic. It's going to be a little different, but super delicious. Let me get this beautiful Black River Valley butter going here. We're going to put a little bit of butter in a pan. And what we want to do is we're going to take these pearl onions that I peeled right here. These are little boiling onions, actually. Cranberries and onions are actually really delicious together. I'm going to get a little color on these, just a little saute. I'm going to hit them with a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. And this is one of my favorites. This is one of the recipes we use at New World Home Cooking on our Thanksgiving buffet forever. And I have so many requests for the recipe because they're so yummy. So look, woo, one flew. Give them a little roll around, get a little caramelization on them, just a bit. And what we're going to do now is we're going to add some dried cranberries. These are tart and intense, but also a little more sweet. So we're going to get our dried cranberries in there. Give them a little saute. And all of these recipes take about 4 minutes to cook. So we're going to put them on behind me. So look, now I'm adding my cranberries. So I've got a nice mix of cranberries, pearl onions, and dried cranberries. So now we're going to pump this up, okay? We're going to add some sour. We're going to add some balsamic vinegar. Oh, there goes the smoke alarm. And we're going to add a little bit of red wine because we're going to create a sweet and sour here. So we got red wine and balsamic. Starting with that, now we want to sweeten it up, okay? Cranberries are really tart. If you don't sweeten them, they're almost inedible, although I know some of them used to eat them cold and frozen, but we're not going to mention that. I've got some beautiful New York State maple syrup. This is available from feel-goods.com. And we're going to add some brown sugar. The recipes are all on my website, ricorlando.com, and will all be on feel-goods.com as well. Look, brown sugar. So we have brown sugar and maple syrup. We have red wine. We have balsamic, cranberries, pearl onions, dried cranberries. The last thing we're going to add to this one to give it a little different character is some fresh rosemary. You can get your herbs from Feel Goods, unless they're growing in your yard, and it smells so good. So this is going to be that balsamic and rosemary classic flavor. Give it a quick little mince. Just like that. Stir it in. And we're going to put this on the stove behind us at a low simmer until the cranberries pop and the sauce comes together. So let's move this one. And let's go on to our next one. I'm going to make 3 cranberry sauces in like 8 minutes, okay? So we're going to use another skillet for this one. This one is kind of funky. This is a cranberry apple chutney. Another super delicious way to add cranberries to your table without having to open a can. So look, a little butter again. We don't need as much for this one. And I've got some beautiful golden delicious apples here. They're sweet and tart at the same time, which is nice. You want a little bit of sweetness because, again, cranberries are wicked tart. Okay, so I saved you the boredom of watching me, and I diced these up myself. So there's diced apple right there. And with that, we're going to go with, again, the cranberries, about equal amounts, cranberries and apples. Give them a stir. Now, how are we going to flavor these? We want to make these a little different, right? So let's go in right away with this. We're going to go again, we're going to add a little apple cider vinegar, okay? Apple cider vinegar is really delicious. And to balance the apple cider vinegar, we're going to add apple cider, Okay, this is Red Jacket apple cider. This is from Feel Goods. I love this. I've been drinking it almost every day. It makes me feel like $1,000,000. Okay, so this is gonna come together. Now we wanna add some seasoning to this. So I've got dried spices here. I've got dried ginger, cinnamon, and cloves. Now you wanna be a little careful with cloves, so I'm gonna put just a pinch because cloves can really overwhelm your dish. Some cinnamon and dry ginger. And the reason why I'm using dry ginger is when you're cooking ginger in a vinegar-based sauce like this, fresh ginger sometimes can lose its flavor, where dry ginger actually gets more intense. Okay? Let's give this a nice stir. And what are we gonna do? We're gonna sweeten it. So we have the apple cider in there. We're gonna go back with brown sugar again. The brown sugar is gonna give us that nice caramelized flavor. Let's bring it up here so I can actually get in there. And scoop in about 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Okay, so now what do we have in there? We have apples and cranberries. We have some brown sugar. We have apple cider vinegar, and some spices. What are we gonna do with this? We're gonna add one more ingredient. We're gonna add some orange zest, or orange is peel. That's a clementine. This is an orange. Let's go with this. This has better skin. Get the old microplane going. It says the zest of one orange in the recipe, but this is a big orange. But this is where your cranberry and orange come together. The orange adds beautiful freshness, aromatic aroma. Look at that. About 2 tablespoons of zest is good. Here we go. What are we gonna do with this? Let's add a few more cranberries, shall we? I'm gonna put this on the burner and let this one cook. Gently, but not too gently. Gotta get some cooking going. Now we're gonna make traditional, or my twist on traditional cranberry sauce. No frills, no spices, no onions. This is what people are used to, so I'm gonna show you how easy this is to make. We're gonna add water. So I'm gonna add about a cup of water and about the same amount of white sugar. So we're kind of making like a simple syrup kind of thing. About a cup of water and a cup of sugar. And to that, I'm going to add a couple cups of cranberries. And we're going to give it a stir. And we want to let this come to a boil, but, we want to add something to enhance the pectin. So cranberries, when they pop, have a lot of pectin, which helps them gel. But we're going to speed that along. I'm going to use a little bit of apricot jam, which is pretty neutral. But if you like an orange flavor, you can use orange marmalade as well. 3 tablespoons, or a nice big heaping spoonful of apricot jam into this guy. I'm going to let it come to a rolling boil, and it's going to turn into classic cranberry sauce. All right, so let's take a look at what's going on. I've got my classic cranberries cooking right here, sugar, water, and apricot jam. They're going to pop. That's going to take about 3 minutes. Meanwhile, let's get up to our cranberry and pearl onion compote, shall we? These cranberries are just starting to pop. The onions are getting nice and tender. Let's give that another minute. And let's check our cranberry and apple. Oh, the chutney looks really good. This is super delicious. This is a delicious thing to have with turkey, but you can have it with pork. You can have it with just smeared on toast. Super delicious. One of the great ones. So we've got cranberry and apple. And that's what it looks like when it's been cooked down for about 20 more minutes. It gets nice and stuck together the way we love it, right? Behind me, I have the cranberry and pearl onion compote with balsamic and rosemary. Again, one of my favorites. This one's got that nice flavor of balsamic and maple in there with the rosemary. So it's kind of woodsy. It's got the dried cranberries and the fresh cranberries cooked together. Super beautiful. And again, through the magic of video, after about 20 minutes, it looks like this. See what happens? It gets thick and chunky. So delicious. And now our regular cranberry sauce here is cooking away. This is going to take about 20 minutes also, but after 20 minutes, this is what you have. Once those cranberries break up, they give off their pectin and it turns into real cranberry sauce. If you'd like to puree this in your food processor to make it smooth, feel free. But you see how the pectin works? So when you got that bird and you're ready to really dig into it, as you see, I've got one right here. You've got 3 great cranberry recipes, all from Field Goods. Great cranberries, great apples, apple cider vinegar, maple syrup, dried cranberries, herbs, onions, garlic, all the good stuff. Any provisions you need for Thanksgiving, including the turkey. Go to field-goods.com, get your orders in. I am Ric Orlando. 3 beautiful cranberry sauces we have here. Classic cranberry, cranberry balsamic with pearl onions, and of course, cranberry and apple chutney. Have a great holiday, folks. It's Thanksgiving. Give thanks. We're all here. We're having a good time.